We may watch something or listen to something or read something and we think, oh my gosh, that's so wise. I think we have a tendency to think of wisdom as existing in others. And really, we have a lot of our own wisdom and we can use it every day. And that's the focus of this week's Sunday question. Hey everyone, I'm Denise Brown, and I craft weekly questions that we can use as daily inspiration. I believe that when we think of a good question, our mind then seeks out a good answer that's right just for you. This week's Sunday question is inspired by some workshops I've been doing for discharge planners. I do a workshop that's around self-care. And we start the workshop by thinking through what's the advice others give us about our self-care. And I think it's often advice that just does not fit our circumstances. For instance, if you're in a caregiving situation, you may hear on a regular basis that it's best to put your oxygen mask on first. That advice makes me crazy, and that's not good wisdom because when you are in a caregiving situation or a situation that's very demanding, there aren't enough oxygen masks to go around. In an airplane, everybody gets an oxygen mask. In life, especially when life is stressful and demanding, that's not how it works. And that's why it's so demanding and stressful. We don't have enough. We don't have enough time, resources, support. And that's why we feel like we're constantly making difficult choices. There's not enough. If there were enough oxygen masks for everyone, we wouldn't have a difficult choice. But because we don't have enough time for everyone, or enough resources for enough for everyone, or enough support for everyone, we're making those difficult choices about who gets what when. It's awful. It's awful. That's wisdom that doesn't apply. And so I start the workshop with that question because what I want to do is use our own wisdom and apply it in our life. I started thinking about my own little pieces of wisdom that have helped me during my life. And there's one that I often land on, and that is every worry needs a plan. And that's what I wrote about today for you for our Sunday question. This week's Sunday question is, how will my life wisdom help me today? Several years ago, I developed a strategy so my worries won't overtake me. I came up with a simple phrase: every worry needs a plan. I remind myself all the time that every worry needs a plan. When I start to worry, I prompt myself to take action. My action could be researching options, asking the right friend for suggestions, crunching the numbers, communicating my concern, taking a walk, asking a good question. I think we all have this kind of life wisdom. We just haven't labeled it as our wisdom. We also perhaps overlook its powerful influence during our day. We worked hard to gain this insight, this wisdom. Let's use it. We can remind ourselves to use that hard-won wisdom each day by asking ourselves this question: to start the day? How will my life wisdom help me today? What's a life wisdom for you? I'd love to know. Stop by our community, caringourway.com, and let us know. Thanks so much for all you do. Thanks for listening. I'm Denise Brown.